Just like I told you guys in church, God is not against your body. Your body is not God's enemy. God's enemy is your flesh. And if you read New Testament carefully, you discover that the flesh is not necessarily the body. The flesh is the nature and the desires that finds expression within the members of the body. You understand? And this is why the flesh becomes sinful. Why? There are desires that finds expressions within it that causes it to become an instrument of sin. Do you understand? Now, let me give you an example. Do you know that if there is no flesh, there would be no sin? There may be intent, but there will be no sin. Do you understand? Now, I'm not saying that there are no soulish sins. There are sins without the body. Apostle Paul identified that there are sins without the body. You know, for example, lust is a sin without the body. It's a sin with and without the body, because you can look at a woman to lust after her, and yet you don't have anything physically to do with her. But as long as your soul has agreed with that operation, it means that with or without the body, that act has already been done from God's perspective. Because if everything aligned in the physical, we would see those acts being perpetuated. But when I say without the body there will be no sin, I'm trying to say, and I need to frame this properly so that we can understand. According to Apostle Paul's teaching, sin ends when death comes. Do you understand? Sin ends when death comes, because the dead cannot respond to their carnal desires and carnal impulses. It cannot even be generated. And sin is expressed within the body through the nature that dominates the soul of a man. Now, the body is pliable to iniquity, because the first knowledge that influences the soul of a man, like I've taught you before, is the knowledge of evil. You know, remember when I talked about the switch? In the divine is the knowledge of good and evil, but when it comes to this world, there's a switch and it becomes knowledge of evil and good. It means that the soul of a man will gravitate first to evil before good. But watch this. If the body is subdued, the soul will be tamed. The soul becomes untamed when the body is not subdued. This is why you can rarely find spirituality in indiscipline, because the body itself has been conquered by something else that is using the body to manifest a knowledge that has dominated the soul. I'm being careful with what I want to say. It's not like I don't know what I want to say, but I'm being careful so that it's not misinterpreted. So watch this. If we manage to tame the body by putting it to death, and when we say put the body to death, we're not saying go and kill yourself. What we're saying is that chastise the body in such a way that it can no longer respond to the natural desires and impulses that causes us to go against God. Because if you look at the body that God gave us, you will discover that it was not Satan who molded the body. It was God himself. He molded it, and then God himself breathed the ruach into the body. So the body became the living host that helped man to be a living soul, a soul that had a medium of expression. Are we together? And now, when you look at the body from the place of the New Testament, you will discover that the same body with which one man sins with is the same body that Apostle Paul says some people sin against. It is the same body Apostle Paul called the temple of God. So this means that the body is not the real problem. The body is an expression point. Now, is the body pliable to iniquity? Yes, because since man fell, the body fell with man. The glory of this world, the glory of the senses fell into its carnal state. So man's eye was open and they were able to identify that they were naked. They felt shame. That was the first time in the Bible that we see man feel shame, and then they began to hide themselves. So it means we fell into the sensual world. We became conscious of ourselves. In fact, it will surprise you to know that it was after man fell that man met his wife. It was after man fell. But that's a discussion for another day. So watch this. The body is not the enemy of the believer. The carnal desire in the body, the carnal desires in the body, sponsored by the carnal fallen nature, the fallen mind, is man's real enemy. So your body that's, although sins today, can become a temple, because it was made to be a temple that carried Shekinah. Your body can become holy and sanctified before the Lord. Present your bodies as what? Living sacrifices, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. The same body. So watch this. God did not send us to kill the body. The same Christ that redeemed our spirit, that is renewing our soul, through the same gospel redeems our body, sanctifies our bodies. And you must understand also that a body that is not sanctified and separated cannot be effectively used in representing kingdom position. Are we together? It cannot be effectively used.